Hi, PerspectaWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, August 10th. Another stretch of wet weather coming to the Mid-Atlantic region. The chance of showers and thunderstorms will increase tonight, especially in the after midnight hours, and will continue on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Any of the rain that falls this weekend or early next week could come down hard at times. Flash flooding is a concern given the already well-saturated grounds throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. Basically, a frontal system that passed through a couple of nights ago has stalled out to the south and east of the I-95 corridor, and low pressure will form along that stalled out frontal boundary zone this weekend and will be slow moving. And again, the threat for showers and thunderstorms will increase tonight, continue right into the early part of next week. Well, we've seen this kind of map a couple of different times over the past several weeks. This is a 7-day total rainfall amount prediction by NOAA, and again it has the eastern third of the nation in a very wet weather pattern. Really not only the eastern third of the nation, but pretty much the eastern half of the nation, with very wet conditions over the next 7 days. This goes from early this Friday morning to next Friday morning, and again you can see in the I-95 corridor a lot of rainfall expected over the next several days. And again, that generally will be confined to the period from tonight right through Tuesday. There could be a couple of dry days Wednesday, maybe Thursday of next week, and then we get wet again towards the latter part of next week. But maybe another 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of rain over the next 7 days or so in parts of the eastern third of the nation. Well, here's the latest surface map, and a couple different frontal systems are seen here. First of all, kind of a stationary front down across the northern part of North Carolina. A weak cool front here, slowly dropping to the south and east. Basically, these will just stall out and die in this region. I've kind of called this the graveyard of frontal systems over the past several weeks. Many fronts have just pushed through the I-95 corridor and then just dissipated and died out in this particular area, Southern Virginia, North Carolina. And indeed, there will be a stalled out frontal boundary zone right in this area, and low pressure will actually form along that frontal boundary zone on Saturday and will be a slow mover. It looks like low pressure will be along that frontal boundary zone all weekend long and into the early part of next week. Doesn't mean it'll be raining all the time, but certainly showers are likely on Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and there will be embedded thunderstorms as well in this wet stretch of weather coming up for the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, we can see on the 0Z GFS model run in terms of the 500 millibar height anomaly is the problem here for the upcoming several days in the eastern third of the nation. Upper level low, rather unusual, deep upper level low for this time of the year, starting off the day today, Friday, over the south central U.S. And just watch the slow movement of this over the next couple of days. This is now into Saturday morning, and here we are with the blues here all throughout the eastern half of the nation represent lower heights than normal. A little bit of a feature in the upper part of the atmosphere will set off the development of that low pressure at the surface that sticks around that frontal boundary zone that has stalled out right nearby the Mid-Atlantic region, and that will cause the problem all weekend long and into the early part of next week. These maps, by the way, from tropicaltidbits.com. Moving ahead in 6-hour increments, here we are now into Sunday. Still vigorous looking upper level low right over the Ohio Valley, the eastern part of the Ohio Valley. Continuation of unsettled conditions in the Mid-Atlantic region. By the way, this is the weekend in which the Perseid meteor shower peaks. Both tomorrow night and Sunday night would have been very good conditions for viewing, because this year's meteor shower should be quite good because of the new moon, the phase of the new moon. However, clouds should dominate the skies Saturday night, Sunday night, so certainly that could be quite problematic for viewing the Perseid meteor shower, which again peaks this weekend. Here we are now Sunday morning, still upper level low situated over the Ohio Valley, and look what happens as we move right into the early part of next week. It just sits there and spins. Certainly the shower threat continues on Monday. By the way, with this abundance in clouds and occasional rain over the next several days, High temperatures will likely be confined to the lower 80s, maybe even 80 degrees at most on Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon in parts of the I-95 corridor. And that follows mid to upper 80s for today's highs, given the abundance of sunshine expected as we close out the work week. Let's keep moving forward here and all the way into Tuesday of next week. Here we go, that upper level low still situated right over the mid-Atlantic region. Finally, by the middle part of the next week, that kicks out. We may have a couple of dry days on Wednesday and Thursday of next week, but then another upper level feature could bring some more rain to the area by the latter part of next week. Well, how does all this translate to the surface using the 0Z GFS model run? Starting off the day today, Friday, dry, rain-free here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Cannot completely rule out an isolated shower later this afternoon. However, most of the day, if not the entire day, should be rain-free in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Again, plenty of sunshine will boost afternoon temperatures well up in the 80s, maybe 85, 86, 87 degrees, perhaps even 89 or 90 down across the D.C. metro region for afternoon highs. Then the threat for showers and thunderstorms increase tonight. Here we go. Green showing up on the screen here by late this afternoon, early this evening, and that moves overhead. Probably the best chance for rain tonight will come late evening or in the overnight hours after midnight. Probably mainly rain-free early tonight, but then that threat for showers and embedded thunderstorms will stick around all weekend long. And here, notice low pressure put out by the GFS model at the surface level, and it just kind of sticks around all weekend long here. Here we are now going into early part of Sunday. Still low pressure right along that stalled out frontal boundary zone, and it continues with the threat of showers and embedded thunderstorms right through Sunday and even into the early part of next week. Here we are on Monday morning. Low pressure still sitting right near the Mid-Atlantic coastline along that stalled out frontal boundary zone, and still continuation of showers and embedded thunderstorms on Monday, and that threat continues right into Tuesday as well. Here we are Tuesday afternoon, still a little bit of low pressure along the Mid-Atlantic coastline. Finally, once that upper level feature kicks on out of here, we may have one, perhaps two dry days Wednesday and Thursday of next week before this area of moisture moves in. So another stretch of wet weather coming to the Mid-Atlantic region. It looks like the threat for showers and thunderstorms begins tonight, especially in the overnight hours, the after midnight hours, continues on Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday here in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Again, few inches to perhaps even several inches of rain possible over the next several days in much of the eastern third of the nation. That's it for now. For PerspectaWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.